We showed Trump earlier this morning live as he sort of read off these news outlets that had offered their own legal perspectives criticizing the case. Here's the former president yesterday after court, in case you missed that moment.
I have to watch every word I tell you people. You ask me a question, a simple question, I'd like to give it, but I can't talk about it. Because this judge has given me a gag order and said you'll go to jail if you violate it. And frankly, you know what? Our Constitution is much more important than jail. It's not even close. I'll do that sacrifice any day.
Pam, the judge had said he doesn't want to get to that point, but the fact that we're even discussing it, what does this tell you about the case and how the judge might be viewing the trial proceedings?
Well, the judge now is finally admitting that he is the front runner for the next presidency of the United States. When he's saying he understands the ramifications if he throws President Trump in jail. And, you know, people need to understand that judge could have called in every single witness, including Michael Cohen. It's done in homicide trials and felony trials all the time, and told every single witness, you're a witness in this case, don't talk about the case. Yet they only gagged Donald Trump, who is the defendant, and all the rights belong to him. He's the one whose liberty is at stake. Yet he can't go out there and defend himself. They're letting Michael Cohen be all over TikTok, making money on it, talking about it. It'll be very interesting to see if Stormy Daniels holds a press conference after she testifies as well and tries to sell more of her books. The only one who's gagged in this case is Donald Trump. The judge knows he can't be doing this, but they don't care. All they care about is the short game.
Talking about
Donald Trump.
Yeah, let's talk about the short game here. Dwayne, the judge, or rather the prosecution, excuse me, I believe is out of the Manhattan Attorney General's office, or District Attorney's office, excuse me, that they expect this to go on for 2 more weeks, the prosecution, for a couple more weeks, not as long as maybe we anticipated. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, they've got more witnesses to call,
yeah.
and quite frankly, they haven't made their case yet, so they're going to have to call everybody they possibly can to try. You know, the hardest part of this whole case is going to be proving Donald Trump's intent. They have to prove that he made these payments, he hid these payments with the intent of helping his campaign, and he just can't do it. You know, I don't know if you remember the Edwards trial, which was a similar thing. He had the same problem. He cheated on his wife while she'd had cancer while he was a presidential candidate. And they tried to get him for campaign finance violations, and he won the trial. Same thing's going to happen here with Donald Trump.
Yeah, of course, you're alluding to the fact that there would be a number of reasons why perhaps payments would be made, even if nothing happened, just to get rid of the story. Pam, and maybe if you wanted to comment on that, I know we heard from Hope Hicks take the stand. It seemed as though she sort of addressed that theory head on.
Sure. Hope is a friend of mine. Hope is wonderful. She clearly didn't want to be there. And what she said was Donald Trump took the newspapers out that day. He didn't want his wife to hear about this. He didn't want his family to hear about this. Barron was a young boy at the time. He didn't want his family to hear about all these salacious things. And so that was what was in his mind. That ends the prosecution's case right there. Case over. If that was what he cared about, even if the election was part of it, it was about his family. There is no criminal case. He did nothing wrong. They have been creating reversible error since jury selection. With some of those jurors, they let stay on that jury. They know the case is going to get reversed, and now they're letting all of these witnesses say anything they want to try to establish a case, to try to get 12 liberal jurors in New York to convict him, knowing it will get reversed, knowing that the entire time. They don't care.